respect Chris and I respect Tony on a number of levels, but I just completely disagree with their tactics. And Chris Thompson, in his election to the school board, got 73% of his money from one source, Mr. Bushala. And in this last fundraising report of that $30,000 that they raised, you know what their two biggest line items were? $10,000 almost, just under, to Mr. Thompson to run the campaign.
Both sides,
People
are getting.
And the second thing, quite frankly, was pay signature gatherers. Now I can tell you it's not a community-based effort. That's what the latest campaign. So what do we need from everybody here? Well, first off, we've done a big part in just running the gauntlet of the anti-recall people who are here. And secondly, by lending your financial support and your good name to this cause, the Fullerton citizens will look at that and go, if they agree, I agree. So I want to ask you to do a couple of things. Lend your good name. If you haven't yet, go on the website. It's very simple. It's www.protectfullerton-recall.no and put your name down as a supporter. We're going to publish those names shortly, but we want to make sure that your names are on that website. Secondly, by offering visible support at events like this, I guess last week there was a group that showed up at the council meeting and spoke very eloquently of their support for our elected officials. To the extent you can offer visible support, we certainly appreciate it. Financial support, talking to your neighbors. And you know what? When you see that signature gathering at the grocery store, ask them. Are you being paid for this? They're supposed to tell you the truth. Whether they will or not, I don't know. But ask them. And tell them it's feeling great. Ask them to stop. They show up at the neighborhood, doorstep, same thing. But most importantly, talk to neighbors and friends. 15% is not a big threshold to get to. When you pay people to go out and gather signatures, somebody was sharing a story that there was a phony petition that was to outlaw the sale of water. And they got plenty of signatures on that. So it's not too difficult to fool some people if 15% is not a large number. We're hoping that the drive does not qualify, but if it does, we're going to need you more than ever. So if you can help us in those areas, we sure would appreciate it. Now let me just introduce the people who have had to take the slings and arrows and had their good name dragged through mud and yet have represented this community for a number of years in a number of capacities, and I think with great integrity and honor. First off, I'd like to introduce our mayor, who wishes he was not mayor right now. Dick Jones, step up and say aye.
And I got to give you just a minute. Something I said Tuesday night that didn't slip through here. It was mentioning the franchise tax on the water. Recently, it has been challenged in the state that there should not be a franchise tax on city water boards. We are not doing that. We are not paying or asking you to pay for that franchise tax. That will not happen. So, now, this is another example of their way of running their campaign, lies, deceits, and innuendos. Let me tell you, I think it goes back to the Bible. Know the truth, and it will set you free. Accept lies, and you will be enslaved. And that's what you have to do. Know that we are telling the truth. Read what they say, and you will see that those are not truths. And when they spoke on TV and other areas, they say, well, I think so-and-so. I believe this is what their challenge is saying. Prove it. They can't do it. I can prove what I say. We have been here. We worked for the city. We have compassion for our people as I did when I was a surgeon. And I want to thank you all for the times that I've been here. I will continue to be in the same manner that I have since I was to the council and my 4 years as a surgeon. Thank you.
Quick aside, in 08, when Dick ran to his last campaign, Tony Bushala came out and just attacked him mercilessly. And I asked Tony directly, because we were serving on the commission, what are you doing and why are you doing this? He said, I'm having too much fun. Well, guess what? I've known Dick since his time on the Chamber of Commerce board. And I'm telling you, that organization was on its deathbed when he stepped out and took the presidency and revitalized along with Lisa Harvey, that organization into what it is today. He did a great job. He ran for council. He's done a great job since that time. And I would just ask that you help support an individual like that with that kind of integrity. Now we've got next on the hit parade somebody who is so glad he was not the mayor this time, and that's our Mayor Pro Tem Don Benke. Don.
I have thanked him many times. He said, I would like to be mayor this year. I said, please do it. Of course, that was before all this stuff got started. And he's told me a few times he wished he hadn't said that. But anyway, I'm glad he is, but let's get on with this. I agree with everything Dick said as far as the franchise